Richard Bacon has revealed he thought he was going to die in a string of emotional messages from his hospital bed. Speaking for the first time since being placed in a medically induced coma, he wrote, "So I did 6 days strght in a coma. Been here another 4 since. It's an yet unidentified double chest infection. I nearly died. At one point, as I was run down a hallway to ICU at midnight, with a massive needle jammed in my chest, bit like Pulp Fiction, I thought, this is it a half. How's is this going to affect my kids' lives? Who's going to sit my poor dad down and say I'm sorry, we did everything we could. But then I didn't die. And I didn't die because I'm on the NHS. Viva Theheen. See you for your 100th. By which time I probably will have pneumonia." The 41-year-old TV star, who was rushed to hospital earlier this month, is now on the mend after waking up on Friday. Taking to Twitter to update his worried fans, Richard shared a quote from the late American TV personality Mr. Rogers, which read as somewhat cryptic in the circumstances. "We need to help people to discover the true meaning of love. Love is generally confused with dependence. Those of us who have grown in true love know that we can love only in proportion to our capacity for independence." Mr. Rogers. "I'm learning this," he tweeted. He followed up with a second quote, posting, "Deep within us, no matter who we are, there lives a feeling of wanting to be lovable, of wanting to be the kind of person that others like to be with. And the greatest thing we can do is to let people know that they are loved and capable of loving." From the world of Mr. Rogers. His followers immediately flooded him with messages about how glad they were he is getting better. He added, "This is how good Lewisham Hospital is. I walked in off the street simply complaining of being short of breath. With 90 minutes they had placed me into a life-saving 6-day coma." Viva Theheen. Gary Licar quipped that he seemed to have overslept, to which Richard replied, "Yes. For 6 days straight." And when David Baddiel asked if it was actually him tweeting, the presenter said, "Ha. I am alive. Or in Lewisham. Or somewhere between the two. Fucking great. Was worried there for a sec," David told him. Richard became unwell on a US flight back to the UK on July the 5th and was rushed to Lewisham Andy in southeast London. Doctors diagnosed him with pneumonia, a potentially dangerous inflammation of the lungs which can be caused by a virus or bacteria. Mum Christine said he came around on Friday after the family had spent 8 days by his bedside. She said, "He was having a lot of oxygen ventilation, a lot more than a normal person would need, through a pipe, as well as lot of antibiotics. They kept him like that for a week and we hadn't left his side. At one point we really felt we might lose him. That went on until his temperature went down, and then on Wednesday they did a tracheostomy to improve his breathing and bring him off sedation. It was such a relief when he opened his eyes. Although he is not responding to us very well yet, we can see that he is getting better. The doctors have said that he is very distressed and confused after being in a coma for a week, which you can understand, and that we need to keep talking to him and reminding him of where he is. There's a long way to go, but this is a very positive step and it has eased my mind." Meanwhile, fresh reports claim Richard was on his way home from America after quitting his job at Fox when he was taken ill.